happy that you liked our music, and thanks for inviting me to your show.
No problem. So tell us a little bit about this album, because of course this project started off as a one-person project for yourself, and then it expanded from there. So I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about how it expanded from it just being you through to having other people involved as well.
Initially, I started it as a one-person project, just to record some music, to have fun. And after recording 2 songs, I got a proposition of a live show in our local club, very good club. I completed the lineup to be able to play this show. I contacted my old friends who I knew from my previous bands and projects. They all agreed, wanted to play, and that's how that started.
Was that
we just played that show, and after that we decided to continue playing together.
Was that a bit of a scary step for you to taking that step into bringing other people in, or was it something that you'd thought about for a while before that as well?
I didn't think about it. I thought it will always be a one-person project. I will just record. But when the proposition came in, I thought, why not? Let's try. It was a little scary because it was a little time before the show. But me and my friends decided to risk and try. And it was worth it.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that step from then, from doing a live show to doing an EP and now doing a debut album. What's that journey been like for you as a musician?
After we played this first initial show, we decided to continue playing. So we just started to compose new songs together. And when there were a few songs ready, we just recorded them in studio. So the first EP, Descent into Chaos, came out. Later we continued to compose the new stuff, and just when new songs were ready, we decided to start working on Ascent to Infinity album in studio.
So what kind of things inspire you to write? Is there certain things that you feel that you want to write about, or do you need to be in a certain mood? What kind of things inspire you to write?
It depends. Most often, I just get idea in some random situations. I can walk down the street or do something. The idea just appears in my mind. I record it to phone, and later I sit down on the computer and work on it. About inspirations, I think many bands I listened to inspire me, like the black metal bands, gothic doom metal bands I listen to. Also the normal situations from life, my thoughts, nature, sometimes movies. Everything can be inspiration.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about the recording process for this album, because of course you would have recorded it during the pandemic, which probably would have made it hard to get together to record sometimes. So tell us a little bit about the recording process for this album.
We started recording this album last year on November, and luckily the studio, Regnat Audio Studio, where we recorded this album, was open. Pandemic didn't force it to close. So we were able to meet together and record our music. It was difficult to play some live shows back then, but recording was easy.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what kind of goals did you have with this album? Did you guys sit down and talk about anything that you wanted to achieve with this album, or did you just kind of go into it just letting it flow really, really freely?
We just went into it. We wanted to create some melodic black metal music, and we didn't make any specific plans. We just composed songs one by one, and that's it.
Yeah. You talked about the melodic side there. Has that changed from your early music, or did you always want the project to have that melodic kind of sound?
So for me, is the most important thing. I love melodies in metal. I always loved bands with aggressive vocals and melodic instruments like guitars, keyboards. I was a big fan of In Flames, Children of Bodom, Dimmu Borgir, where instruments played a lot of melodies. So yes, the melodies were goal to incorporate in our music.
Yeah. You're such a creative person. You can tell that from listening to the album. Where did that creativity and that music side of you come from? Were you into music as a child, or did that kind of develop later in life?
I was into music when I was child. Of course, not in metal, but I always listened to some music.
Yep.
I discovered metal later in my primary school, but music was always in my life, and I've listened a lot to it, a lot. And when I started listening to metal in my primary school, I was already dreaming about creating music myself one day.
Awesome. So, where are you at now with everything? Like, with the pandemic kind of over, have you been able to get out and do some shows this year to coincide with the album coming out, or is that still something that you're looking to do in the future?
This year we played only a couple of shows. Next year we plan to do more to promote the album, and we will start to schedule shows very soon. I think this year we plan to do some, and I think it will be possible.
Yeah. And what are the long-term plans as well for the band? Are you hoping to do shows right around Europe, travel overseas? What is that end goal for you with the band?
So for now, it would be great to play abroad, not only in Poland. It may be quite difficult because of some logistics and situation of members of the band. Everyone has a job and a family, but we think about it, and we'll see. It maybe we'll play some bigger things, not only in our country.
So many of us do have that challenge in life of having to juggle family and work and music. How do you find you do that? And what's your advice to young musicians out there that are in that struggle at the moment?
It's quite difficult to do all the things: work, music, and a family. But I think you have to just use your time properly. Always when I have even half an hour, I sit to the guitar or computer, do something, move things a little bit forward. I think the most important thing is move forward every day, even a little bit, and don't waste too much time on things like searching internet, watching movies, and things like that.
Yeah.
It's possible to do all the things, but you have to be organized.
Now, on our show, we're going to play two of your tracks, Awaken and Bloodthirst, back to back. What would you like to say to everybody out there, not only before they take a listen to these two amazing tracks, but also before they go out and listen to the album as well?
Awaken and Bloodthirst. These two tracks are quite different from each other. Bloodthirst is more aggressive, I think, and more evil sounding. Awaken is more melodic black metal, inspired by Dimmu Borgir or something like this. In Bloodthirst, I was mostly inspired by band Ayatara. It's the Finnish black metal band. So these two tracks differ a bit, but fit to each other, sort of.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us tonight. It's been an absolute honor having you on the show, and I'm so glad that I've been able to discover your music, because I've been falling in love with listening to it on Spotify the last couple of days. So thank you so much for taking the time, and thank you so much for making such amazing music as well.